Israel has declared war on the Palestinian militant group Hamas after a deadly attack. That's where we're starting the show. I'm Jeff Pierre, and this is The 7 from The Washington Post. Today is Monday, October 9th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. On Saturday, around 1,000 Hamas fighters breached the border from Gaza and raided southern Israeli towns and a music festival. They killed hundreds of Israeli civilians and soldiers and took hostages. At least 700 Israelis and 490 Palestinians have died in the violence so far, and the toll is expected to rise. The attack took Israel by surprise and was the country's deadliest day in decades. Yesterday, Israel formally declared war on Hamas. It paves the way for Israel to mobilize its military for an all-out war in Gaza. Following the attack, Israel started bombing Hamas targets in residential neighborhoods in the densely populated Gaza Strip. President Biden has pledged support for Israel. Here he is speaking from the White House on Saturday.
Today, the people of Israel are under attack, orchestrated by a terrorist organization, Hamas. In this moment of tragedy, I want to say to them and to the world and to terrorists everywhere that the United States stands with Israel. We will not ever fail to have their back.
The U.S. is sending arms to Israel's military and an aircraft carrier to the eastern Mediterranean to try to deter regional expansion of the conflict. The violence came after a year of rising tensions between Israel and Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza. This is a quickly developing story, so follow live updates from our reporters on our homepage. At number 2, at least 2,400 people were killed in earthquakes in Afghanistan. Saturday's 6.3 magnitude earthquake and its powerful aftershocks wiped out entire villages and injured thousands in the western part of the country. That's according to the Taliban, who governs Afghanistan following the U.S.'s withdrawal in 2021. Many people are still trapped and medical resources are on the brink of collapse. It was one of the deadliest natural disasters in Afghanistan in decades. There were signs of progress in the United Auto Workers strike. That is our third story this morning. On Friday, the union decided against widening its strike to more factories. The decision followed breakthroughs in its talks with General Motors and Ford. UAW said that GM agreed to put battery manufacturing facilities for electric vehicles into its national union contract, and Ford upped its proposed wage increase to 23% over 4 years. The UAW union went on strike on September 15th against Detroit's biggest automakers. The walkout currently targets 2 Ford factories, 2 at GM and 1 at Stellantis, plus dozens of auto part warehouses owned by Stellantis and GM. At number 4, President Biden's new student loan repayment plan has hit some early snags. This is the Saving on a Valuable Education Plan. It's commonly known as SAVE. It ties monthly payments to earnings and family size. Officials said it could save a typical borrower $1,000 a year now that repayments have restarted. But some borrowers have reported that administrative errors are resulting in inaccurate payment amounts. Some are being asked to pay hundreds of dollars more than they should. The Education Department said it's working to resolve the problem. Number 5, a hacker is offering to sell the data of Jewish users of 23andMe. The genetic testing company has confirmed the hack and said it was investigating. The hacker may have gained access by trying usernames and passwords found in other data breaches that had been reused by customers. From there, the hacker had access to information from hundreds more people per account, since many 23andMe users have opted to make their data visible to distant relatives. The breach could affect more than half the company's 14 million users. It's important to note that the data does not include sensitive information about people's genomes, but it does include usernames, regional locations, profile pictures, and birth years. The hacker said in a post that they had uploaded a large database of Ashkenazi Jews for sale. 23andMe is encouraging users to change their password and to use two-factor authentication to secure their accounts. Here's number 6.
Oh, he's gonna crush the world record time!
There's a new world record in the men's marathon. It belongs to 23-year-old Kenyan runner Kelvin Kiptum. He nearly broke the 2-hour barrier with a time of 2 hours and 35 seconds at the Chicago Marathon yesterday. He's a new face in the game. Kiptum has only run 3 marathons in his career, but has posted 3 of the 6 fastest times ever. He broke the record of 38-year-old Kenyan runner Eliud Kipchoge by 34 seconds. On the women's side, Dutch runner Sifan Hassan came in first, clocking in a time of 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 44 seconds. And at number 7, Crocs has unveiled its first ever cowboy boots. As part of its annual Croctober celebration, the company announced the Crocs Classic Cowboy Boot last week, and they said they'll go on sale later this month. They feature Western-inspired embroidery, shiny spurs, and the signature ventilation holes, raising questions about the boot's practicality. The company said the new boots come after years of mounting demand from fans, though that claim is difficult to confirm. Take a look at the boots for yourself on our site. Did anyone really ask for these? All right, you're all caught up. Before you go, you should try a subscription to the Washington Post. We've got stories and columns about everything from finance to climate solutions. Subscribe to the Post by going to WashingtonPost.com/subscribe. I'm Jeff Pierre, and I will meet you back here tomorrow.